Racing Skeleton Witch, a fair break. V-Man Sparky gets straight across the field and puts 3 lengths on them. Denali goes hard early too, and they'll be followed through then by Working Poppy, Buzzy Az. The others have been scattered with Oracle well back, Silver Token as well. Skeleton Witch, and just ahead of that, Homebush Misha. Up comes V-Man Sparky, well clear of Working Poppy. Denali in easily the favourite, V-Man Sparky. Working Poppy second, Denali third, Buzzy Az fourth. This is a procession. Behind those runners then to Oracle. It's followed back by Homebush Misha, Silver Token and Skeleton Witch. After the skirmish, broke into 2 divisions this race. Skeleton Witch is last. V-Man Sparky, no problem off the outside. Got away well, cut across them really nicely. Put them away early. The others were in a bit of a ruck. The 6-5 emerged from that, and then the others all appeared to get themselves into some trouble going around that first bend. And you can see how scattered they are here. V-Man Sparky well clear. Working Poppy giving chase with Denali, who's run third again. And then Buzzy Az, the next best in. Racing Fair Conquest bounds to the lead, and Westerly Wind comes after it too, followed through then by Homebush Rowdy, Homebush Celia, Sniff of Brandy. Back in the race then we've got Good Time Mike, well back to My Enzo and Elbrus. Across the top they come. Fair Conquest still in front, driving up the inside here though. Homebush Rowdy gets the run through, wider out to Westerly Wind. Homebush Rowdy gets through and scores from Fair Conquest just second, Westerly Wind third, then Homebush Celia. Beside that would have been Good Time Mike, followed through by My Enzo, Sniff of Brandy and Elbrus last. Homebush Rowdy, the dog that built on last week and has tracked the pacemaker through to the home bend, taken the inside gap and run away for a pretty comfortable victory in the end. Fair Conquest showed good speed off the lid, so too did Westerly Wind, but Homebush Rowdy just getting up and sitting nicely in behind them. Homebush Celia midfield early. The others just beaten for pace, really. Fair Conquest led to the corner, but you could see Homebush Rowdy pushing through. Set to go. Racing Allegro Chaser up quite nicely, so too Trendy Lass and Homebush Buck the inside. Botany Chris midfield, pushing forward now is Fair Marina. Mr. Symphonic pushed wide. Botany Chris has been shuffled back to second last, and last is Zalia. Into the back goes Allegro Chaser by 2, but Trendy Lass trying to hunt it down. 3 back then to Homebush Buck. Running into fourth was Fair Marina. Gaps back the others. Botany Chris is trying to recover with Mr. Symphonic. Scott the Best has got past that. And last of all is Zalia up towards the corner. Allegro Chaser in front. Trendy Lass comes the outside. Back and behind them Homebush Buck. Trendy Lass over the top. Trendy Lass scores here from Allegro Chaser. Then Homebush Buck. Botany Chris didn't do a bad job after that first bend skirmish. Scott the Best wasn't bad either. Behind those then we would have had Zalia and Fair Marina, and Mr. Symphonic ended up at the back. Well, she gets her reward today, Trendy Lass, and she did have a bit of luck. She jumped off the boxes quite nicely. She was able to track her kennel mate throughout and was able to get over the top of her in the straight. She loomed large here on the corner. Homebush Buck, pretty game in behind them. Further back in the race then, Botany Chris, who got checked around the first bend. Fair Marina showed up mid-race, but really got tired, was wobbling by the time it got to the lure, but it's actually gone over the line probably in about 6th or 7th maybe. And Scott the Best, just keep an eye on it at the first bend, because it made a little bit of ground over the concluding stages of the race too. Going into this bend, Allegro Chaser the speed. Trendy Lass gets into a nice spot. Scott the Best is actually at the back on the inside there. And then trouble out there with the 3, the 5, the 8. Scott the Best saving a bit of ground. Racing Miss Universe hops out well, accelerates across towards the lead from on the inside. Good Time Helen around the outside there. We've got Prancing Bee pushing forward between those runners then to Homebush Pippi. Well back in the race then to Homebush Zane. Good Time Helen's a long way from them, so too Miss Raz and Pine Tree Blue. Miss Universe well clear, will win very easily from Good Time Helen. Prancing Bee a close up third. Fourth to go by would have been Homebush Pippi. They'd be followed back then by Pine Tree Blue. Behind those runners, we had Homebush Zane, Miss Raz well back with Homebush Ted. Just way too smart for this field. Number 4, Miss Universe. Got off the lids nicely, took luck out of the equation. And it'd be interesting to see what she's posted on what's actually turned into a pretty warm afternoon. For the early spring, Prancing Bee. Bold effort from it. Good time Helen pushed through on the inside. Homebush Pippi midfield around the corner. Closer in there to Homebush Zane. Racing YOY steps fairly well, but Working Midnight beats it out, and YOY goes hard the inside. Then we've got Gems Conquest, Marlene's Terror trying to get into the act. They'd be followed by Yaldhurst Edward Thrill on the inside. Back with those runners, Chelsea's Beauty, Sydenham Opal, and back last is Groovy Leo. Around comes YOY, comfortably clear on Gems Conquest and Yaldhurst Edward. YOY in nicely. Gems Conquest second, Yaldhurst Edward third. Working Midnight fourth to go by. Further back to Groovy Leo. Beside that, Chelsea's Beauty, and the last pair, Sydenham Opal and Marlene's Terror. Showed some good speed early. Ran into a brick wall. YOY off box number 2. Too much pace. Didn't win the break. Working Midnight was first to be seen, but she was quickly into her work and got comfortably under the leader and sped away. Gems Conquest showed up early. Marlene's Terror did too. Now, she just had trouble getting around the 4 there, and that allowed Yaldhurst Edward through along the inside, and then the 4 cut her off too, coming around the corner comfortably in. YOY, Gems Conquest. You'll get some confidence out of that run today. Racing, Venga Guapa, fair break only, and then Mega Upload got out and went back a stride or two. Homebush Barabbas and Charm go forward quickly now. Venga Guapa around the outside in a hurry. They'd be followed back and behind these runners then by Charm, Behemoth back and behind them. Well back in the race here, Vision and Power, Petra Harker up to the corner they come. Venga Guapa in front, Boomerang Man through on the inside. Venga Guapa just from Boomerang Man, Behemoth. They'd be followed across by Homebush Barabbas and Charm. Then Mega Upload, and the last pair were Petra Harker and Vision and Power. She's done it the hard way. Good run, Boomerang Man, first up for Ian George. And only about a head separating them probably at the line. Mega Upload stepped well and then took a really awkward jump. Looked like she was going to blast clear. And the 2 and the 3 got underneath. And then Venga Guapa up and around the outside with really good strides here. And Boomerang Man pushed through on the inside. Behemoth trying to follow it through. Vision and Power slow again today. Petra Harker never in the race either. And racing, Weepu just a beginning only. Now he starts to accelerate forward, but Taikaria Lass got out well, and so too did Coyote Corcher Fortis Memories. Weepu's headed them off going into the first bend. Mighty Baxter's pushing through on the inside to be handy. Botany Sell out wide trying to get going. Come on, Mickey's been shuffled well back, and so too Derby Lane. Down the back there goes Weepu by about 2 to 3. Mighty Baxter right on its tail now though, and Botany Sell starting to close in on them. Further back then to Fortis Memories, Coyote Corcher as they swing up towards the corner. Well back here, Taikaria Lass, Derby Lane. Weepu comes on down, wins well. Botany Sell into second. Mighty Baxter third, just weakened on its run, and Derby Lane got to fourth. Then Taikaria Lass further back in the race to Coyote Corcher, Come On Mickey. And back with that was Fortis Memories. Weepu scores. Not a good beginning. And the other thing about it too is the dog started to close up on him inside and out, but he bounced out of that, and then he was able to accelerate to the lead. Mighty Baxter got fairly close off the back, but he has been sprinting for quite a while now. It's a good while since his last 520-metre race. It was about November last year, I think. Botany Sell made up really good ground to run into a pretty stylish second from Mighty Baxter. And the others headed in by Derby Lane, who got back, ran on as she does. Weepu provides Lisa Ahern with The 4th win for the kennel from the day. You just saw from the start, Weepu not that well out in the 5. And racing, All in Berlin gets out nicely, tries to cross the field, does. Manu Rama got out pretty well, and so too did Bolt Allegro. They'll be followed then by Serve Your Purpose around the outside of Homebush, Rocky Run, Mischief Run, Applause. And back last of all is Homebush Titan up to the corner. All in Berlin out by about 4 or 5 here on Bolt Allegro. Closer in then to Homebush Rocky and Manu Rama. Easy win, All in Berlin. Bolt Allegro second, Homebush Rocky third, then Manu Rama followed home then by Homebush Titan, Applause. And the last pair were Run Mischief Run and Serve Your Purpose. Should be a tidy form race. This All in Berlin off the outside broke well, got across them, and be quite interested to see what she's run today. She clocked a 17.94 on debut. Bolt Allegro just had to work to get past Manu Rama, who just checked off the heels of the second dog, and Homebush Rocky got out up underneath it. Caught wide there, Serve Your Purpose. Applause trying to push into the clear late. Closer in was Homebush Titan. Easy win here, All in Berlin. She is using a fair bit of the track. She finishes centre track here. And racing, Check the Mail's hopped out fairly well. Sarah Campbell's crossed them early. Wallace Ladd goes hard early. Now Check the Mail works to third. Magic Arrow got a check round that first bend. Going ahead of it was Botany Dave and Thrilling Dylan. Ritzer Danny's got back. Then Magic Arrow settles second to last now, and Paddy Baxter's last. It's Wallace Ladd in front by about a length and a half from Check the Mail, driving through the inside 4 away to Botany Dave. They'll be followed through by Thrilling Dylan running on. Sarah Campbell just starting to battle with Paddy Baxter. Ritzer Danny a long way off them, and Magic Arrow across the top. Check the Mail the inside. It takes over now from Wallace Ladd. Botany Dave is Thrill on the is being passed now by Thrill on the inside. Thrilling Dylan. Ritzer Danny down the outside. Up they come. Check the Mail is in from Wallace Ladd. Thrilling Dylan held third from Ritzer Danny. Then we had Sarah Campbell got going again, just drifted mid-race. Paddy Baxter was next in, further back to Botany Dave, closing up late with Magic Arrow, who was checked in the early rush. Ultimately, it is the favourite who wins here. Check the Mail. Wallace Ladd made a race of it. The 4, and Thrilling Dylan has got another very good race here today. So we pick them up here. It's Check the Mail, the inside, just getting past a tiring Wallace Ladd, but he gave plenty. And then back in the field, Botany Dave just starting to retreat. Thrilling Dylan getting past it. And Ritzer Danny, who just took a good while to work into the race, and he's ended up in 4th spot. Have a look at the head-on shot. It's a very short run onto this bend here. And Check the Mail. The initial stride was good. Then he scrambled, and that allowed Wallace Ladd to push forward. Magic Arrow there got checked. And a racing, Kissing Gwyneth, moderate beginning again. Madam Ice gets out well, and More Salt Needed ducks to the inside. An indefinite order showing good speed around the outside. Ollie Baxter trying to get handy as well. Kissing Gwyneth's got to the midfield on the inside. They'll be followed around then by Sunday Driver. Katumba's well back, and so to Opawa Crusher. Down the back they go. More Salt Needed in control by about 4 to 5 lengths here. Now Kissing Gwyneth about to push through on the inside of Madam Ice, and around the outside of them to Ollie Baxter, and further back then to Indefinite Order. The other 3 no chance. Down comes More Salt Needed, will win well, and a Ahern Quinella for Kissing Gwyneth in second, and Madam Ice does get that placing third. They'll be followed over by Ollie Baxter, a fair run, then Indefinite Order, Opawa Crusher, Sunday Driver, and Katumba. 6 today, Lisa Ahern, another Quinella, and this time the second favourite home ahead of Kissing Gwyneth, who again has made a fairly ordinary beginning. She did push through on the inside of Madam Ice and Ollie Baxter coming to the corner, but she was never going to track down More Salt Needed, who made the better beginning, got into a handy position, drove to the lead, and has been too good here today from the boxes. Very wise move here from More Salt Needed, just ducking in underneath Madam Ice going to this first bend. Kissing Gwyneth, meanwhile, slow and trying to push through. Speed out wide from Indefinite Order and Ollie Baxter, who stuck on fairly. racing. Alpaca was slow to go, and so was Winfield Autumn. Bouncing to the lead was Opehu Flyer up and around the outside. Fortis Lion in a big hurry. Then Alpaca trying to drive into the race and finds the rail. Further back then to Scaralicious. They'll be followed through then by Homebush Ramona. Well back there to Winfield Autumn. Well back in the race to Cosmic Sally. Alpaca drives to the lead, clear of Fortis Lion. Alpaca, Fortis Lion. Then Opehu Flyer held third off Winfield Autumn. Next to go by then was 5K Leg, Homebush Ramona closer in, further back then to Cosmic Sally and Scaralicious. Oh, she gave everyone a fright, but she's done the job there. She began slowly, she recovered nicely, and then once she found the rail, pretty confident she'd go on and do the job, with Opehu Flyer showing out early from Scaralicious, who went back quickly as Fortis Lion went around the outside, and Alpaca went through on the inside. Homebush Ramona was a bit slow to go today, so was Winfield Autumn, so she took a wee while to find the rail. Well back 5K Leg, never really in it, nor was Cosmic Sally. Alpaca well clear. And racing Miss Softy, she's come out pretty well, but so too our Jack Attack, the inside, and Homebush Haven, and they'd be followed through then. Trying to squeeze between runners was Spot On Maggie. Getting into trouble there was High Caliber when it was going forward. Well back in the race here, we've got Vinnie Baxter, Power Gift, up to the corner they come. Miss Softy coming at our Jack Attack. Our Jack Attack, the outside does enough. Beats Miss Softy by about a head. Then Spot On Maggie followed across by Vinnie Baxter. High Caliber, who was unlucky, and further back to Power Gift and Homebush Haven. Our Jack Attack takes the last for Marie Gowan and denies Lisa Ahern the 8. With Miss Softy, she tried very hard. She couldn't catch the leader. Slow to go. Power Gift and Vinnie Baxter. High Caliber got out okay, and he's just outside Spot On Maggie here, and it was Homebush Haven went across on High Caliber and put him out of the race. Up front, our Jack Attack in front. Gave Miss Softy a look at the rail here, but she just wasn't able to drag in. Our Jack Attack, second favourite, beats the favourite about a head at the line.